Welcome back to Prison Architect, everybody. Welcome back to Morningwood, the wonderful city of Morningwood, where it's currently raining. It's like a rainy Monday morning in Morningwood. Now, while I was offline, you may notice we've gone on quite a few days, and the bank balance is up to a nice healthy 180k again. I let it run for like 12 days or something. I've got no idea. Like I let it run for a certain amount of time, and I basically watched the cash flow, waiting until we got to a decent amount. I figured 180k, probably enough to do something with, right? But while I was waiting for that, I spent a little bit of time doing some planning, okay? Because I figured nobody wants to watch me faff around with planning these buildings again, right? Like the prototype was all well and good, but actually, I'm not 100% happy with it, okay? Because I've got this new idea where this is a bit more like suburbia, okay? You get me? Because it's kind of like we've got these front gardens where we've got hedges, and they're all kind of connected, so people can chat over their fences in Morningwood, because I want to encourage like community spirit and stuff. And this is pretty closed off. I'll be honest. This is like a weird front door here and like a back door. So at some point, I'm probably going to knock this house down, or at the very least, just adjust the shape slightly. Like we'll probably make like this the front garden, like maybe extend the front garden out this way, and then like we'll have to move the boiler somewhere else that I inserted into this rather awkward kind of alleyway just here. Now for some reason the large pipe on this boiler is not being built. I've had to put it down like twice now, and twice it's not been built. But it's fine. I'll prioritise it, and hopefully they'll do that now. Now while the workers are doing the last kind of tasks that I set them to do, which stupidly I set them to do this like after I did all this planning stuff, instead of like telling them to do this while I was doing the planning stuff. So that was my bad. But leave them doing that for now. While they're doing that, we should first come down here and get this house in Bachelor Road done. Okay, because this was something I put down a while ago, and I totally forgot to kind of come back and finish it. So I think we're going to take let's take the grey one from here. Okay, because the door and everything still matches up, so that's okay. It's just the layout is slightly different, I think, from memory. But we can insert it nicely into here. We'll get the wall at the back as well, which is, that's a nice given. And it looks like that only cost us I don't know, £7,000 or something. I wasn't really paying attention. I've done a couple of other things, okay? You may notice that this is no longer a, a dormitory or whatever it was. This is now a family home, okay? And I've made a few other little changes here and there. I honestly, off the top of my head, I can't remember what they were. But if you look, we've got the enlightenment rooms now instead of parole rooms. We've got, I think there's VIP restaurants instead of staff rooms. I think that's one. Jail cells instead of solitaries, okay? Because I'm going to go down the route of having like a police station that has cells in it that, people can go to when they do naughty things. And yeah, I just kind of changed up the names on some bits and pieces. There was a few other things that I updated in the localization files and stuff, but you just have to like wait and try and spot them, when they come up. Because honestly, I did it like a week ago, and I can't remember what it was that I changed now. So I think I had to move this, didn't I? Because it wasn't going to fit with the ironing board there, and like the orientation wasn't right. They couldn't use it, but I'd forgotten to put the pipes in, so that's fine. We'll connect up that washing machine. Now, I definitely think that what we should be doing today is getting down like foundations and everything for these family homes. Okay, like we should get the foundations down. I thought about expanding out. I really did. Like I thought maybe this is the time to spend 80 grand and like expand out to the west. But you know what? I haven't even finished this area yet, have I? So what's the point of expanding out if I haven't, I haven't filled all of the space that I've actually got available to me in a sensible manner. Like I'm not going to use all of this tight little space down here, this space which is tighter than Kitch's mum. I'm not going to use it in the same way I've used it here, because this is a building that I'm going to extend out this way more, okay? I can't do that with every building that I put down here, but I can probably use this space like I was planning to, with a couple of smaller homes and things. I guess that's just not built yet. So I think we'll get that done. We'll get the space up here with all of these nice family homes, this suburbia area that we're building. We'll get this done where, we'll get like the decorations and things. Maybe we're building like a little park on this corner that they can all come and enjoy. You'll notice as well, this house up here, these are living in a life of luxury, okay? They've got like a fancy ass back garden that like backs out onto a lake. You know, like how ridiculous is that? Like what kind of you know, what kind of asshole estate agent sells a house to people? Okay, but like, I guess what they would do is they'd have like their preferential customers. You know, like the ones that I don't know what happened there. The ones that they really like, the ones that they gel well with, and they'll be like, okay, look, everyone else they get these normal houses, but you guys, I like you guys. You can have this house with the special back garden on it, and you know, like, I mean, maybe they're not an arsehole. Maybe that's the kind of estate agent that I'm just jealous. Okay, like maybe it's the kind of estate agent that I just wish I could find when I'm looking for houses and things like that. You know, like I always find that like the houses that you tend to find on those websites and stuff, they're just a little bit shit, you know. And what I really need is an estate agent to swoop in and like save the day for me. Like find me an awesome house that's got like, I don't know, a hot tub, maybe like balconies, so I can have like parties on the balcony. A lake would be nice. And like I want it all for about £100 a month. Is that okay? I mean, surely there must be an estate agent out there somewhere who can help me. I mean, maybe if you're watching this video, you could just like, you know, drop me a comment. Maybe send me your business card, something like that. I don't know. I'm highly doubtful that actually there's probably I doubt there's any houses on the market that cheap, right? Like the housing market is a pretty expensive place. I think we need to deal with that in Morningwood. I think Morningwood needs to have like affordable housing for everybody. Okay. It disappoints me that the trees cause the grass causes these trees to get destroyed, but I have to put some new ones down. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Okay. Now I guess we're just waiting for them to come and install these doors. I'm going to make it a higher priority, and while we wait for that, I'm just going to check on these utilities because it looks like, yep, this house is still too far away to get the heating from this pipe. So going to have to make a slight change here. Okay, I think the radiator is going to have to go against this wall somewhere. Now I can't remember what is in this room, so I'm just going to do that. Oh yeah, it turns out pretty much every wall is covered. I think we can squeeze one in just here though. Okay, like rather than squeezing one out, which is my normal weekend activity, we're going to squeeze one into the corner just here instead. And I'm gonna dismantle this one because hopefully that should cover things. I mean, it's a little bit of an awkward kind of arrangement, like. Your radiator's probably going to melt the radio, you know, or like cause some kind of damage to the electronics or whatever. Oh, nice. Okay, they're done. Right. Now, here's what I'm thinking with some of these spaces, okay? This house in particular, this is 3 rooms. Now, I wanted to do a separate toilet shower in this house, okay? And this is going to be the laundry room up here. And then these are the 2 bedrooms. And then, as you can guess, down this central space, we've just got like a common living space that they can kind of share together, you know. Let's get rid of some of these bits of planning so I can put the doors in the appropriate places. Now I'm going to put the doors in the corners of the room because although like putting them in the corners does look like slightly more aesthetically pleasing, but it's kind of a waste of space because you end up like losing a lot of this kind of nice long wall space that you can put these longer objects down on. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be aiming for right now. Now while we wait for them to do that, should we do Sensational TKO's favourite thing? Okay, we'll get some windows into this mother trucker. All right, like they need windows in these fancy houses at the end of the day. Lots and lots of fucking windows. Look at that. Okay. And then along the back, we're not going to go as extravagant, but we are going to get 3 windows. In the laundry room, I think there should definitely be a couple of windows. You know, you need to air out some of those laundry smells and shit like that. And they get pretty hot as well, laundry rooms. You know, like it's pretty easy to overheat in a laundry room. But the shower and the bathroom, they're going to have a window each. Those windows are just going to be looking into this little alleyway. Okay, so you can get a bit of privacy, but also get some fresh air in there to, you know, air out the smell of either your smelly turds or your smelly feet if you're going in there to wash, you know. But that's absolutely fine. Bedrooms, I think they should have two windows, okay? Because I think getting a nice amount of daylight and fresh air into a bedroom is very important for you know, a person's development. I've just put windows down everywhere. I pressed escape. And I didn't actually pay attention to the fact that it hadn't registered my escape press on my keyboard. I think my batteries on my keyboard must be dying. You know, That was the perils of flipping from a wired keyboard mouse setup to wireless, is the freaking batteries, man. I mean, it's hit me in the past in videos, you know. The mouse battery, sorry, just dies suddenly, and like you're just left like hanging in like the worst situations. But anyway, I'm going to stop babbling so much. First things first, let's get the bedrooms done. Okay, bedrooms are nice and simple, all right, because we just need to get like beds and like, I mean, we've got some sofas and stuff in these ones, so if we've got the space for that kind of stuff, we will 100% get those in there. Okay, the first things first, let's put the beds in the corners of the rooms, okay, because that leaves us a bit more space to work with. We're going to put bookshelves right next to the beds, because these guys like to read in bed, okay, they love to just sit down, get a little headlamp on, like open up a good Terry Pratchett book, may you rest in peace, old great Terry Pratchett, and you know, just have a good old read before they go to sleep, a nice little wind down, you know, against what do we reckon? I think these guys could probably do with having like their own form of entertainment in their bedrooms, you know, just so they could kind of get away from the and we'll put it at the end of their bed. Perfect. So if they're not in the mood for reading, they can put on some Jerry Springer or something, you know, probably not the most appropriate thing to kind of wind down to before you go to sleep, but at the same time, pretty entertaining, right? You know what I mean? I want to download some more decorative objects for this game, honestly. Like, I'd like to have some more kind of ancillary decorative objects. Things that they serve absolutely no purpose, but you know what, maybe I should just make some. I mean, maybe that's the way forwards for Morningwood, right? Like, customized custom content? I mean, that's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Maybe we can come up with a better name for it. But yeah, I think maybe that might be the way forwards for Morningwood. If I want to get the results out of Morningwood that I really want to, you know, really want to achieve, I think we're going to have to go down that route. Anyway, how many radiators do you think we need in this space? Probably like 2, right? And then maybe like 1 in the laundry room as well. Although the laundry room's probably going to get quite hot as it is. I don't know. So, like I said, I wanted to make a separate toilet bathroom area. So this is going to be our toilet, basically. Okay, like it's quite a long space. All right. Now, so maybe we're going to do 2 toilets. Alright, so if both people need to come in and take a dump or a wee, they can do that together, okay? Like, maybe again, we'll go for, like, the dual sink combo setup, so that if they have both come in to take a dump at the same time, they're not, like, queuing up to, you know, wash their hands next to each other. Now, what toilet wouldn't be complete without, of course, a pot plant? Although, actually, I think a toilet is more complete with something to read, right? While you're sitting on the crapper. Like, no toilet is a good toilet if you don't have like a stack of magazines to read in there, you know, or like a good book, as we talked about before. There it is. I was wondering why I couldn't find it. Because, you know, what else are you going to do with your time? I mean, nowadays people like to just sit on their mobile phones on the shitter, and honestly, that's a waste of time, guys. Don't do that. Like, instead, take a book, take a magazine, take something unusual, something that you've never considered, you know, using in that kind of scenario. I mean, I used to use my laptop in the bath. Like, I don't recommend that. It's not a good idea. But by that, what I mean is I used to have a setup where like it was all kind of away from the water and all the rest of it, and I had like a remote mouse I could use and shit. But I used to do a bit of coding, you know, in the bath. It was good fun. I did, of course. I went through a couple of mice and keyboard and stuff, obviously, because they don't like the water. But laptop, absolutely fine. Never got electrocuted either. What the fuck's going on down here? It's happened again, guys. Somebody just didn't agree with the Enlightenment methods that we're using Morningwood, and they've decided to make an early exit from the town. It looks like, yeah, it was this person. It was, my God, it was one of our bachelors. Can you believe that? Oh, I'm not going to ask you to place your bets on where this tunnel's coming from. I think it's pretty obvious where it's come from. Let's be honest. Nepril-Bogar, what a name! Oh my God, Aristi the Gold-Ringed Nepril-Bogar. Now I'm going to change this on the fly, okay? Aristi Nepril-Bogar is a Russian oligarch and head of the Nepril-Bogar Gaz Compania. He has been shit, I'm doing really badly at changing this on the fly. Hang on, let me read it in my head. He was framed after a failed coup meant to make him set up to make him supreme ruler of Russia, and now he's come to Morningwood, of course, to get away from all of the corruption and various underworld dealings that nearly led to his sentencing. And that's why he's in our witness protection program. Okay, that's Nepril Bogar anyway. Like, yeah, what a name for a guy. But we're going to ignore the fact that whoever it was, I don't know who it was. Whoever it was has decided to depart Morningwood early. Okay, like it happens from time to time. Okay, I've grown accustomed to it, and honestly, it's become part of daily life in Morningwood. And I'm not sure I could live with Morningwood if it wasn't that way. Okay, so at the end of the day, like, these people are going out and they're still spreading the word of Morningwood, just in a slightly different way. Like, they'll be telling not horror stories, but like slightly different side of things. But people will, maybe it's like everybody has like that friend that always bullshits, and like you kind of take everything they say with a pinch of salt, and sometimes the things they say sound a bit more interesting than the way they're particularly saying it. And, like, you might go and do your own research into said thing. You know what I mean? And, like, that's what I'm hoping for with these guys. Like, I'm hoping they go away, they tell their friends, and their friends are like, actually, you know what, I'm going to look this place up for myself. And they end up coming to Morningwood, and lo and behold, we've got a whole bunch of new enlightened, villagers joined us, who will then go out and spread the good word of Morningwood, rather than that bad word that these weird escapee people. Did I say escapee? I meant early extras. It's not cult. These weird people. They're I forgot what I'm saying now.